afternoon, students. Today we are going to start with a new interesting chapter, that is decimals. So first of all, let us learn about decimal fractions, because these decimals have also been formed out of fraction. So fraction is the basic thing. These decimals have come into picture from fractions. How it is so? Let me show it first through a diagram. Let us look at the first diagram. What do you find here? Here a strip is divided into 10 equal divisions, out of which 3 parts are shaded. So we say that the fraction is 3 upon 10. Similarly, if we look at this particular picture, here you can see the shaded part is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 parts have been shaded out of 10 equal divisions. So the fraction here is 7 upon 10. Okay. Similarly, we can also get fractions like 32 out of 100, that is represented as 32 upon 100. We can also get fractions like 5 out of 1000. So how we will write it? 5 by 1000. So these fractions like 3 by 10, 7 by 10, 32 by 100, 5 by 1000, these fractions are called as decimal fractions. So let us look at the definition of decimal fractions. Decimal fractions are fractions whose denominator is either 10 or 100 or 1000 or power of 10. Now you have learned about this thing. What is power of 10? What do you mean by this? Children, power of 10 means 10 multiplied by itself into how many times. That tells about its power. For example, if you write 10 square, what does this mean? 10 is multiplied 2 times to itself to form 100. Okay. If suppose I will write 10 to the power 4, what does this mean? 10 is multiplied to itself how many times? 4 times. So what are you going to get here? You are going to get 10,000. So this is what you mean by power of 10. You see, in all of these fractions that we have got here, what are the fractions? Once again I am showing you. It is 3 by 10. Here it is 7 by 10. 32 by 100. 5 by 1000. These fractions are what? These fractions are decimal fractions. Because why it is called decimal fractions? Because its denominator is what? Either 10 or 100 or 1000 or any power of 10. Okay. I hope you have understood what is decimal fractions. Now children, let me tell you that any fraction you can convert to decimal fraction. How it is so? We already learnt about the definition of decimal fraction, that a fraction with the denominator as 10, 100 or 1000 is called decimal fractions. So we can apply the concept of equivalent fraction and we can convert the denominator into 10, 100 or 1000 and we can make it as a decimal fraction. For example, I write a fraction like that is 2 by 5. Here you can see the denominator is 5. I want to convert it into a decimal fraction. So you see that for making a decimal fraction with numerator 10, what I will do? I have to multiply 2 with 5. Okay, if you are multiplying 2 with the denominator, then you have to multiply 2 with the numerator as well. This is the concept of equivalent fraction. Okay, so let us first convert its denominator, okay, to 10. Okay, and then we will convert the denominator to 100. Okay, so first we will see how we are converting denominator 10. So 2 by 5, let us multiply 5 with 2. So what we will get? We will get a denominator 10. So the concept of equivalent fraction is, if we multiply 2 with the denominator, you have to multiply the same number 2 with the numerator also. So it will be 2 into 2, that is 4. So it will become 4 by 10. Then similarly, if we will talk about denominator 100, then what we will do? What you have to do is, you will multiply the denominator 5 with another number, that is, you have to think what has to be multiplied with 5 so that you will get 100. We know that 25 is 100. So 5 into 20. Okay. So, and then numerator also you multiply with 20. Then what are we going to get? We are going to get 40 by 100. Now similarly, we can also convert the denominator to 1000 or 10,000. Okay, so we go on multiplying accordingly. Means you have to multiply a number with a denominator to make it into decimal fraction. Okay. Now let us solve some questions from the prelude exercise of your book. Okay. Just look at question number 1. The question number 1 is very clear. It is telling you that you have to write 5 proper fractions with denominator 10 and you have to write 5 proper fractions with denominator 100. So you can think of with denominator 10, what are the proper fractions? It is 4 by 10, then 3 by 10, 6 by 10, 7 by 10, then 1 by 10 is also a proper fraction. Okay. Next, with denominator 100 also you can do in similar way. Let us come to question number 2. Question number 2, what it is? Write 5 improper fractions with denominator 10 and convert them into mixed numbers So suppose we have to write 5 improper fractions with denominator 10. These are 5 proper fractions. And these are 5 improper fractions. I am doing with denominator 100. You do yourself with denominator 10. Okay. 5 improper fractions with denominator 100. So the number, that means the numerator has to be more than the denominator. You know that is what improper fraction is. So the numerator, that has to be more than 100. So it can be 101 by 100, it can be 100, 5 by 100, 200, 7 by 100, 999 by 100. It can be 857 by 100. So we have got 5 improper fractions with denominator 100. Now each of them you have to convert into mixed fraction. So 101 by 100, how we are converting into mixed fraction? You need to divide 101 by 100. 100 ones are 100 with the remainder 1. So what happens? What we are doing to convert into mixed fraction? The remainder goes up and the divisor remains down here like this. Quotient is the whole number. Okay, this is the process how we convert improper to mixed. Similarly, you can go for the other fractions in the similar way. I am also doing for this one, 999 by 100. How are we going to convert this 999 by 100 in the similar way? You can write directly. We know that 100 nines are 900. Okay, so 9 is the quotient and the remainder is 99, so it will go up, and divisor 100 remains the same, so it will be 999 by 100. So I hope you came to know what you have to do with question number 2. First you have to write 5 improper fractions with denominator 10 and denominator 100. I have written 5 improper fractions with denominator 100. After that, each of that fractions you have to convert into mixed fraction. So like for example, 101 by 100 is converted into mixed fraction, that is 1 by 100. 999 by 100 converted to 999 by 100. Do rest of the fractions, you can do it yourself. Okay. Now look at this question. You have to fill in the boxes here. 3 by 2 into 5 by dash equal to dash by dash. See, our motive is you have to convert it into decimal fraction. Okay. So already here we know that 3 has to be multiplied with 5. That means 2 also will be multiplied with 5. So what you will get after multiplying 2 with 5? It will be 10. And what about this 3 and 5 multiplied together? You are going to get 15. So simple. Okay. Now you see one more question. 19 by 25. 19 is multiplied by what number? That you will get 76 here. We know that 19 fours are 76. Then 25 also has to be multiplied with the same number, that is 4. So it will be 25 into 4. So 25 fours are 100. So in this way we have got 76 by 100. And look at this question. Represent each of the following on the place value chart of whole numbers. So these are the numbers 1, 10, 100, 1000. Okay. So as we know what is the place value chart, we already read in the chapter of number system. So this is how it is a place value chart. Just remember that in a place value chart, each and every place, okay, we are supposed to be explaining it in terms of 10. Okay, like for example, 1 is said to be 10 with no power, that is 10 0. 10 to the power 0 we call it as ones. 10 is 10 to the power 1 and 100 is 10 to the power 2. Similarly, 1000 is 10 to the power 3. Okay, just remember one thing I have written over here. 10 to the power 0 equal to 1 and 10 to the power 1 equal to what? It is 10. Okay. So each time what we are doing, we are increasing the power of 10. So this is your 10 to the power 0, 10 to the power 1, this is 10 to the power 2, 10 to the power 3, 10 to the power 4, and this is 10 to the power 5. Okay, so each time what we are doing, we are increasing the power. We are increasing the power means what? We are increasing we are multiplying with another 10. Like for example, if I will multiply, this is 10 to the power 0, that is 1. If I will multiply 10 with 1, what I will get? Answer will be 10. And we know that 10 to the power 1 means it is 10. So we got 10. That means from here to here, when you move, you have to multiply by 10. Similarly, from here to here, when you will move, here also you have to multiply by 10, because 10 to the power 2 means what? You have to multiply 10 how many times? 2 times. Okay. And from here to here, when you move, here also 10, you have to multiply with 10. Each time you move to the next place means you are multiplying with 10. Multiplying with 10 means with what you are multiplying? You are multiplying with these numbers. 10 to the power 0 into 10 is giving you 10. 10 to the power 1 into 10 is giving you 10 to the power square, or that is what you call it as 100. Okay. Then with 100, if you multiply 10, you will get 10 to the power 3. And what is 10 to the power 3? 10 to the power 3 is 10 into 10 into 10. That is equal to 1000. Okay. Similarly, 10 to the power 4 means what? You have to multiply one more 10 with this 100 to get 1000. To get 10,000. With this 1000, if you multiply one more 10, you will get 10,000. And with this 10,000, if you multiply one more 10, you are going to get lakhs. Okay. And now let me write down these numbers on this place value chart. So 1, as it is a single digit number, it has to be on the ones place. It has to be on the ones place. Okay. Now similarly, you can also represent the numbers like 1000. Okay. How are you going to represent 1000? So we have 10 next. So 1 will remain on the tens place and 0 in the ones place. If you have to write 100, how will you write? 1 has to be in the 100 place, and next 2 zeros, 1 will be tens and 1 will be ones. After that 1000, the 1 will come under 1000 place and 0, 0, 0. Then you have 10,000. 10,000, here the 1 will be under 10,000 place, and then you have followed by 4 zeros. So I hope this part everyone is clear with. So this is how we have represented these whole numbers on our place value chart. Now let us look at this number line, and you have to identify the fraction which is denoted by letter A, B, C and D. As we can see, this number line is between 0 and 1. That means it has to be a what kind of fraction? It is a proper fraction. Okay. Now, proper fraction, and then you have to also take out what is the denominator of the proper fraction. So, for that you have to understand how many divisions are there on this number line. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, total 10 divisions are there on this number line. So, we have to go on counting the position where A, B, C and D is there. Okay. So the position of A is This is the first division. Second division, A lies. Yes or no? So A will be equal to what? 2 by 10. Now we come to B. Look at which position B lies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it is on the 5th position. So it is 5 out of 10. Next is C. B is 5th, this is 6th, 7th. So C is in the 7th position. So C is 7 upon 10 or 7 by 10. Next is D. D is on which position? It is on the 9th position. So it will be 9 by 10. Okay, so this is how we have represented, okay, these alphabets into their proper fractions. Okay, let us move to the next question. The next question will tell you what fraction of each of the following shapes is shaded. I think question number 6 is very easy. You all have done so many questions related to it, so please do it yourself. Moving on to question number 7. First of all, let me read out the question for you. Okay, the question is, it is a 1 meter long ribbon, okay, which is cut into two pieces. Okay, now the length of the first piece is given to you, that is 40 by 100 meter long. Okay, and it is asking you what is the length of the remaining part of the ribbon. Okay, what is the length of the remaining part of ribbon, and also you have to take it out in terms of fraction itself. So first of all, we must know that what is the length of the ribbon, that is 1 meter. So that must be your first sentence. So total length of the ribbon equal to 1 meter. Okay, this is your first sentence. The second sentence is length of first piece equal to, it is 40 by 100 meter. Okay, that is given to you in the question. Now we have to write down what is the length of the remaining part. So write down length of the, therefore length of the remaining part equal to, it will be, the total length is 1 meter, so it is 1 minus 40 by 100. Okay, this much meter. Now how are we going to express 1? 1 can be expressed as, see, you have to make it equivalent with this fraction. Which one? 40 by 100. What is the denominator of this fraction? It is 100. So we can make 1 as 100 by 100, because this is how we have made 1 as 100 by 100. Let me recapitulate. Let me tell you, as you have read in the previous chapter, just I am going back. So see, 1 can be written as 1 by 1, because this by 1 is hidden in this 1. And we also read in mathematics that any number divided by 1 gives the same number. So we can write, you can express any whole number, you can write it as by 1, no problem. After that, you see, we are changing it into its equivalent form. We are trying to make the denominator is 100. For that you have to multiply 100 here. Then you have to multiply 100 here also. So final answer that you get is 1 into 100, 100 by 1 into 100, 100. So it is 100 by 100. So this thing you have to keep in mind every time. You no need to write this sentence, this part. Directly you can write, instead of writing 1, you write 100 by 100. Okay. Then what you will do? After this, what will you do? You have to subtract it, minus 40 by 100. So you know that the denominators are equal. So numerators you will subtract, keeping the same denominator. 100 minus 40 is 60 by 100. So this much meter. So this is the length of the remaining part of the ribbon. So I hope everyone has understood how to solve this. Now moving on to the last question, that is question number 8. What we have here, the question is, what fraction of rupees 10 of rupees 100? Means what? It is trying to tell you that fraction for rupees 10 of rupees 100. Write down, fraction for rupees 10 of rupees 100. So first thing is rupees 10 of rupees 100. So what will be the fraction? 10 out of, this means what it is? Rupees 10 out of rupees 100. The meaning is this. Now you can change into its lowest part. Lowest term. You can convert. How you will convert? Both are having the common factor, that is 10. You can divide them. So that means this is equal to 10 divided by 10 by 100 divided by 10. So final answer is 1 by 10. So in this way we have completed the prelude exercise for this chapter. Okay. So thank you very much. Please complete your homework. Do it in your fair copy, that is maths notebook. Okay.